possibly refinancing the loan on your home today, well then you're probably going to have to deal with having an appraisal. Are you curious how to prepare for an appraisal? If so, stay tuned. I'm going to give you 5 helpful tips and tricks on how to be ready for that home appraisal to get the most value. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome back to Coffee with Colleen. I'm Colleen McLaughlin of Coldwell Banker. I work right here in the Chicagoland suburbs, and I'm here today with a topic about appraisals. We all end up having them at some time or another if you're purchasing your home with a loan or if you're refinancing. So they apply to sellers. Sellers need to be prepared for that appraisal process, or owners who are, like I said, refining. So stay tuned for my tips. Number 1, pump up that curb appeal. Girl, it is an ugly, bland world out there. Make sure that you have some pretty pillows on your front porch swing, some beautiful flowers hanging in a basket. Make sure that grass is high and tight and everything is just clean and beautiful. Make sure that cars are out of the driveway. And so when the appraiser pulls up that curb appeal, just like a buyer would feel, the appraiser feels pulled through the home, sees the updated and quality and maintenance of the property. So do what you can to give life to the outside so that they can really truly give it the best amount of rating when they're doing the appraisal. Number 2, deferred maintenance fixes and little tiny updates will make a huge difference in the value the appraiser is able to give you. Make sure to go through the house with an eye of a potential buyer. Make sure that those items that need to be taken care of, such as cracked tiles, dripping faucets, a buildup on the furnace, things that need to be cleaned out, trim that needs to be finished painted and cut, all those little things that don't take a ton of money but take a little bit of time and elbow grease will absolutely come back to you tenfold. So make sure you go through your home with a critical eye. To piggyback on number 2, number 3 is do some cosmetic updating. Now, I'm not talking about spending a lot of money, but a little bit of dollars into your investment of your home can really, again, pump up the value. Things like fresh paint, new handles and hardware on old cabinetry. Possibly some new lighting fixtures. You know, light fixtures in kitchens, bathrooms, outside exterior light fixtures can really update a look of a home and bring it from the 70s to the 2020s. So by spending a few $100s possibly before the appraiser comes out, it could be a really good use of your funds. Number 4, it seems like a no-brainer, but clean your house as if the queen is going to be walking through it. What I mean is that we often go house blind, nose blind to our homes. I know I do. Sometimes I don't really notice until I leave the house and come back in that we smell like dog. Go ahead and really clean your house thoroughly, like a spring cleaning from top to bottom. Get those windows shining, those floors shining. Make the house smell as if it's freshly just been laundered, not with candles and overbearing scents, just with clean. Freshen up, tidy up. Put away a lot of the garbage we keep on the countertops. Clean out, they won't necessarily look inside the cabinets or in the closets, but you just want to make sure that you don't have just junk piled everywhere. Clean it up, downsize it, upcycle it, do whatever you got to do. It's a good excuse to get it done. It will absolutely help the process of the appraisal. Obviously, the appraiser doesn't necessarily have to use those things in terms of condition, but they often do. If a house feels dirty, and it'll feel run down and neglected and not maintained. So it's all a thought process. From the moment they walk through the door, you want them to feel that this house is fresh and open and bright. So you want want to prepare it like a showing. Make sure it's clean, make sure the lights are all on, make sure the window blinds are up and open, shades are open, blinds and everything are open, obviously. You just want to make sure there's not a lot on the floor. You don't have shoes piled up by the front door. The dog and cat paraphernalia is kind of tucked away and not out in the open. You want to make sure your pets are taken care of and in out of the house or away from the appraiser. So you just want to really do your best. Don't make the appraiser work hard to give you value. Number 5 is put together a folder of information that you can provide to the appraiser. Now, if you're selling, your realtor really should be doing this with you in collaboration. They should be pulling the comparables that they use to price out your home, and those comparables should be within your neighborhood or within up to a mile radius of your home within the last 6 months to 12 months that have sold. We can also put in those comparables any recent listings in the market to show what is also on the market currently. And also included in that, I would say most importantly, is a list of the updates that you've done to the property in the last 5 to 10 years. Preferably the more recent ones, because those are the ones that are actually going to add intrinsic value to the appraisal. If possible, if you have receipts, copies of the receipts. So for example, Mike and I just did our kitchen this last year after the appraisal, but if I had done the kitchen before the appraisal, I would have given them all of my contractor's receipts, all of the countertop receipts, cabinets, door pulls, etc., so they could see the actual dollar amount of value that I spent on the kitchen. So along with the comps and a list of updates, so like how old is your roof, when was it replaced, was it a tear off, what's your HVAC system, how old is that, windows, the big ticket items. And then what you also want to put together is a copy of the survey that will help them not have to pull it. And then finally also your agent is able to pull your tax records, which is going to give them a little bit more information. If you're doing a refi, a lot of this stuff you're able to look up online to the best of your ability. Obviously you won't have access to everything your realtor will have, but it'll put together a nice package, put it in a folder, a manila folder, and hand it to the appraiser when they come through the home. So that's my 5 tips of how to prepare for a home appraisal. I will give you a bonus tip, and this one is really important. I see this all the time with both realtors and with sellers or homeowners who are doing refinances. I even have to say I had to stop myself from doing it myself when we had our own home appraised last year. Don't follow the appraiser around and breathe down their neck. What they don't want is you talking in their ear while they're trying to actually assess the value. You don't want to say things like, I hope it appraises out, my neighbor appraised for this much. You really want to give them the space and width to be able to do their job properly. By having prepared that envelope of information we spoke about in the last tip, you will have given them everything you possibly can. So let them do their job. They're going to decide which things actually have value, which things don't. A lot of times we're passionate about our homes. It's another part of our family. It's an extended part of our family. It's personal to us. So we might feel, such affection towards a project that we've done or something that we've spent a lot of money on, but it may not necessarily garner you a higher appraisal. So leave it to the experts. So just let the professionals do their job and trust that it will work. It's a crazy world out there. Appraisals sometimes, can be a little worrisome. But the best you can do are the tips that I gave you today. And obviously, if you have any questions in the future, feel free to reach out to me. What I'd really love though is for you to like and subscribe my videos down here. Subscribe so that every week I can come out with some new information to you. Thanks so much for joining me again here, Colleen McLaughlin at Coldwell Banker in the Chicagoland suburbs. I'm your Coffee with Colleen girl, and I'm signing out for the week, but stay tuned for next week's video. And in the meantime, if you'd like to watch some more of my videos, just click on the links down below. There's tons to see. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay caffeinated, everyone.